happy birthday to me. It's Tuesday, June 16th, 2009, and time for Live from the Future with Stuart Papp. Tonight's guest, Jack Stehlin of Weeds. Yeah. John Fuller on music. Jess C's not here, but Jess V is. And now, your host, Stuart Papp.
Welcome to the show. I'm so excited. Sorry. I cry myself to sleep at night, but when I'm not, I'm booking great guests for the show because tonight I have Jack Stehlin from Showtime's Weeds, everybody. There you go. There's your hot plate of delicious show with a little bit of seasoned sass on the side. Jack Stehlin is on the show, and I'm very excited to talk to him all about Weeds and his Serpico moment. Don't we all have a Serpico moment? Yes, we do. I had to remember mine. It involved bondage gear, and it was a troubling time in my life. Regardless, I'm very excited. Of course, I have the beautiful, vivacious, and raven-haired John Fulton over there. Right. I didn't know it was you. John, it's great to see you again.
Thank you so much. It's great to see you. I'm looking at your eyes. I'm looking at your hair. You're
coming on to me, aren't you?
I'm coming on to you. You look amazing. Stu,
yes.
Kind of want to start the show off on a different kind of note.
Then don't. Jess, over to you. No, go ahead, John. What do you need to say? I'm sorry. That was like a 4th grade burn.
Burn, no doy.
What?
All right.
Oh, wow. What, are you freaking retarded over there?
Oh, my God, you're so wicked retarded. Listen, I was just looking at the message board, and I
Yes.
noticed that somebody named, artist formerly known as 19, he said referring to me, he is far too talented to be on this show. Thank you!
That is right.
I feel the same way.
And
do you have another show I can be on? I mean, do you have like another internet thing or something I could be on?
Really? That's where you want to go? You want to leave this internet show for another internet show? Hey, is there hey, what's up, guy? You got a public access thing I can jam out on?
It's called The River.tv.
Yeah. Maybe he does real estate ads at 4 in the morning. You could supply some music for that. Or maybe, God forbid, a cat video.
What? Oh,
John,
no.
Would you? I have it queued up, actually.
Never.
I will do that to you. I will. The minute you walk out you quit the show, I play it.
Let's move
because
on.
I Zamzar'd it. I'm not kidding you. So you're actually an indentured slave for the rest of your life.
Can I just say, no one knows what we're talking about, but I will quit if that video is shown.
If you quit, the video is shown. So it's a catch-22. Joseph Heller wrote all about it. Let's go over to Jess V on the message board. Hi, Jess.
Hello, everybody.
Thank you for filling in. Just so everybody knows, Jessie Schneiderman, she broke down, but she's okay.
Emotionally.
Yes. No, she actually.
No, that she's not.
No, her car broke down, but Jess V is ably filling in. So hi, Jess.
Hello, thank you for having me.
You look great.
It's good to be back. Thank you.
Nice disco ball.
Ow, shiny disco
Yes.
balls.
You're, and John, your shot as well. You don't have a disco ball.
No
disco ball.
Party with me.
No.
Sorry.
Indeed. So we have a lot of show to get to. We have Jack Stehlin on the show, of course. You might know him as Captain Roy Till from Showtime's Weeds, which I did watch. I just watched last night because it's on, I think, Mondays. We'll check in with Jack in a little bit. And I did. I laughed, I cried, and it was better than Cats. I couldn't believe I was actually a little teary-eyed, and then I was laughing. That's how good the show is. So if you have questions and you really want to get them into Jack live on the show, then actually, Jess, why don't you tell them what to do? Because I'm feeling lazy tonight.
No problem.
Go ahead.
You can just IM me at thestream.tv, all spelled out. I'm in Stickam, Justin.tv as well. And if you want other places to look at, you can go to thestream.tv in the help section to help you.
Nothing I like more than trying to watch a show and then going to the help section. I'd love to be entertained right now, but let me read miles and miles of HTML encoded text. That'll be great.
Or just go to Stickam and Justin.
Yeah, you could do that as well.
Or that.
The fact that you're not on porn right now is amazing to me, and kudos to you. We have, what we like to do, chat room, is you guys matter to us. More than any other show, you matter to us, chat room. So we like to let you know that we want to hear your opinions right now. And I was thinking about it. We've been doing interactive bits on Live from the Future, like you supply the punchline. We've been also doing you supply the album title or you supply the song title. Yes. And then I was thinking about it today, and we were like, well, you know, we're not going to just do you supply. But then I was thinking about it, you know. Marijuana, which is obviously one of the themes of Weeds, is, I believe so. It's not legal, and then there's all these legal ramifications of it's legal in some places and not others. So if I were president, I wanted to get the chat room's opinion on what you would legalize if you were president. Personally, I know I would legalize gay marriage. Frankly, everybody should be entitled to be miserable. Is this thing on? Sorry. I'm kidding. Really, legalize gay marriage. We should legalize marijuana, legalize prostitution, and here's my legalization.
Jesus.
Hold on, everything. I'm for it. You know, you're figure it out. And I believe I legalize 1 murder per lifetime. Now, hear me out on this. The thing is, you know that your number could come up too. I just feel like there's some people that warrant a justifiable death. And I don't know if it's going to be Spencer Pratt or whoever it would be. You would know that that's a legally, you could justify murder. What would you legalize, John Fulron?
Well, I'd probably legalize the song that I was about to write for if I were president. Can I play the song first?
It's not legal to play that song? What is this, Footloose? What is it?
No. I'm going to read. I can't actually talk, you know that. I have to do it in song. I'm much more comfortable.
All right, well, if you want to sing your lines, John, what is this, Elvis? I feel like Blue Hawaii here. All right, let him go.
No, I actually didn't write what would I do if I were president. I just wrote the song. Because that's what I do. I don't write the jokes, Stu. That's what you do. Remember, you're the host. Okay?
I have a public access show you might want to.
You do.
Going coast.
If I were president, I'd party all the time on Air Force One. If I were president, I'd legalize weed and have some fun. But I'm not president. Oh, thank God for that. Cause I wouldn't be here on this show singing with Stu or Pap. Ow! That's for you, Stewie boy.
Thanks. I like the point. Thanks.
Thanks, man.
Well, I feel like buying real estate with Eric Estrada. Hey, I've never considered buying it in Idaho. Thanks, Estrada. Here's the thing. One more thing I want to say about legalization. In my future world, I will invent a machine that will be able to actually measure how much of an asshole you are, and that will apportion how many minutes you get in your car horn per year. So it will be like a karmic DNA that goes to a databank router, and the more of an a-hole you are, the less horn time you have.
Interesting.
Because then you'd be thinking, when you hear a horn, you're like, good Lord, someone deserved it in the K car. Blair! You know what I mean? Like, if you've been in a nunnery for your whole life, you could just store it up your entire, and then you could just lay on to the last couple things at a Laker game. Which, by the way, I just have to say one more thing is hilarious. The Laker parade is tomorrow from 11 a.m. to 1. Yeah, let's see. Anybody who has a job, not going to be there. And 11 a.m., anybody who didn't go to sleep, not going to be there. It's going to be a good time. I'm just going to light my car on fire now just to throw them off the scent. Yeah. Okay, let's go to the message board. Here is the setup. If I were president, I would legalize, and then you get to supply it. Now, Jess, we have a bit of a lag here, so you can play along as well. What would you legalize if you could legalize one thing as president?
Oh my gosh, I don't even know.
I mean, is there what's something that matters, like, ultimate, like, would it be drug related? Would it be violence related? Let's get to the good thing.
No, it would probably be to legalize gay marriages as well.
All right. I feel like I could agree with that. I did agree with that.
We already have a few people saying
all right, so if I were president, I would legalize what?
Well, Crix Lee says everyone gets one free punch card, as in you get to punch anyone in the face of your choice.
I like the violent angle.
Wow. Well, Senior Shutter says, I would legalize shooting people who text while driving.
Okay. A lot of depth. I feel like I've set the wrong tone here. It's hard to gauge tone through the message board because I feel like I'm doing, here's what I would legalize. But, people just text it in. It sounds a little like, here's what I would do. I would legalize hanging corpses by their toes. And, you know, let's get more from the message board. A little scared right now. Do I have a lawyer?
Jen Kyoku? Kikuya? I can't say it. Kikokia
Yes?
says legalize sex with altar boys for Catholic priests.
Hey-o.
That one's going to be hard to get ratified.
And then legalize John Fulron. That's what he also says.
Someone would legalize John Fulron as though he's illegal.
I'm illegal.
He is illegal. Have you been reading his pedophile report?
I'm a loaded weapon.
Get this guy off the streets. All right, good. So that's a little, if I were president. We'll check in with you, chat room, in a little bit. I want to know what you would legalize, because in this era, I feel like the fact that weed is illegal means that there's, I'm going to say it, you feel like there's conspiracy theories, like that they're just not getting paid off. And I want to talk to Jack Stehlin, DEA. Well, he plays the character, but I'm going to actually grill him on actual DEA facts.
That's not real life. Steve.
I will
Okay.
ask him.
Okay.
And that's how we do If I Were President. John, don't you have a musical portion here?
Let me see here. Nailed it. If I were president,
Before you even hit it.
I'd have some fun on Air Force One. If I were president, ooh, but I'm not. But I'm not.
You're feeling it tonight. I was like that. I feel like Jim Croce was going nuts there. Watch out, kids.
That was Eddie Van Croce.
Everybody grab a juice box. John Denver's here. It is Brian Gramo's birthday, everybody. Brian Gramo, happy birthday! Yay!
Thanks, Stu. Thanks, Stu.
Brian Gramo, he is like my brother that I met on Craigslist.
You hired me off Craigslist. I was a camera lackey that you hired. That's how we met.
Indeed.
Oh, shucks. The good old days.
The good old days.
Now, Stu is kind of like Pete Best of the band. That's how I see.
But then you're like the sidekick on that show. So what are you saying about yourself?
I'm Pete Best's brother that never made it.
You know what? The minute you walk, I got cat Mecca.
Stop
I got it. I got it. I literally.
Go on.
I can't even explain what's
Please
going
don't.
on here, people. I won't. And now it's time for another little bit. I just feel like, can we at all? No, nothing. Jack Stehlin is going to be coming up shortly. Jack Stehlin, who plays Captain Roy Till on Weeds, will be up momentarily. If you've got questions, Jess, where should they go?
Thestream.tv.
The stream.
All spelled out.
TV. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Spell out the
Thestream.tv.
DOT. In Stickam or Justin.tv.
Yeah, so if you have questions, get them ready for Jack Stehlin coming up momentarily. But before we do, I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of an insight into my neighborhood. You know, I walk every day with my dogs, and I'm always checking out what's basically been thrown in the streets in the colorful Hollywood neighborhood where I call home. And so I decided to put a little photo montage of a couple photos, and this is called Street Trash. Enjoy this.
There's a difference in people.
Oh, really?
I just took Small Town on this one by John Cougar.
No, we got that. That's why I said, oh, really?
There's a difference in people. People that pick up trash and people that don't. I don't like those people. The people that pick up street trash. Street trash. Thank you.
You're really selling it with the points tonight.
I'm all about the point tonight.
Yeah,
I'm not afraid to do the guns. Then bring them back in the holsters. Maybe even blow them off when I'm done later. Stu, back to you.
I'm not afraid to put in Coyote Ugly either, but what's up with the 01 references there, Gunslinger?
No doy.
Watch out. Someone's got a spring break to get to. Is this sling? All right. I don't know what I'm saying right now, but I have some photos to show you. Show the first one, won't you? This is street trash.
Okay.
It would be the first photo. There it is.
Whoa.
Yes. That's what I saw just thrown on the street.
What is that?
You tell me. What do you think it is? It is an eggplant. There you go.
Oh, okay.
Lauren wins that one. It's an eggplant. Yeah, somebody like, you know what? I'm going to make some Japanese. Nah, fuck it. Not going to make it. Not doing it tonight. No way.
Fuck that salad.
Listen, Sharon, I told you.
I said before I cut to it because I see a little tiny preview of it and I was just scared. That's all.
Well, at first I thought someone had been castrated. And then I saw that it was an eggplant, which is not actually any more sensical.
You've seen a penis that looks like that?
Have I ever? Have you been to a Tijuana clinic? I have. I worked there for 4 years. And let me just say, you don't need a medical degree to practice. All right, let's see the next one, Street Trash. There you go. Can you tell what that is?
It's a tomato with herpes.
No, keep going. Can you see that those are, that's by the way an apple. Can you see what those are?
That's an apple?
Nope.
I don't know.
Oh, I heard it over there. Not a wormhole, a burn hole. Yep, the old apple. The old apple pipe. Somebody tossed out.
sweet.
Yeah, that thing's nice.
Fish, bro.
That's right. Somebody just threw it on the street. Hey, I'm already high and I'm not hungry. Later. And finally, Street Trash, one more little photo for you kids. Enjoy this.
Oh, is that a polar bear?
Somebody threw out a tiny polar bear. Here, we don't need it. No, it's a bathroom rug. But I'm not kidding, you guys. This is actual photos that I saw within 1 day's walk. And that's how we do Street Trash.
Oh,
Enjoy that.
little thing called street trash.
Really? With the
Stu's
goose?
walking around his house, street trash. Stu takes pictures of street trash. And then he goes and takes that trash and puts it in his house. I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding. That
I
doesn't
feel like we
happen.
should, really, with the Cougar Mellencamp? Isn't that like a legal issue?
Well, here's the deal, is that I'll write 5 songs for you a
Right,
show.
right.
And at this point, because I didn't write them in this order, at this point, this was song number 6, and I was like, I'm not giving Stu a free one. Of
Right.
course, I'm listening to John Cougar, because every Tuesday is Cougar night.
Right.
Obviously.
It's Cougar Town.
Yeah, so I was like, pink houses, small town, whatever, just take a Cougar song and just steal the lyrics. Weird Al made a living off it. It's not a big deal, all right?
I like your philosophy.
How's that drench?
Yeah, that is delightful.
Let me tell you something. This drench, I'm drenched in its quench. I'm quenched by the drench. Thank you.
I'm just letting you hang out a little bit. I feel like the gas fumes have gotten you a little bit. Are you?
I'm gonna be honest. I
Have
don't
you been
feel
sleeping well enough?
No,
Are you
I
feeling
haven't.
all right?
I'm gonna be honest. This is an awkward show.
I feel like you're awkward.
I'm very awkward.
I'm not trying to point fingers.
You're not. Something
No.
else is pointing right at me, and I get it.
No, we're
is-
here to tell you that we love you, John, and
Thank
we
you.
don't want you to feel awkward.
Well, gas makes me feel lightheaded.
Yeah.
And dizzy.
You were out there trying to save Jesse, just so everybody knows. He was
I was trying to save
her.
Jesse. I wish I took a picture of it. I pull
Yeah.
up and Jesse's like, "Oh my God, this never happens." I look at her tank. It's just E. First of all, there's 2 miles left on there, and I'm like, you know what? You know the E and F means, right? I know it's only 1 line difference with the E on the bottom or whatever.
Mercy.
And then, so I go get. She's like, "All right, call off AAA." So we call off AAA, and it's my card. So I was like,
She couldn't call it?
Well, no, she didn't call because we were like, let's wait.
Right.
So I go to mobile.
Let's wait. Why?
Yeah,
let's wait.
Because I didn't want to use one of the AAAs. She's using my card. I didn't want to use one of the AAAs.
Oh, okay.
Selfish. So I go to the mobile. I get the gas. I come back. We put the gas in.
Right.
And then it spills all over me, first of all.
Right.
And then she goes to start her car, and it was like the beginning of Poison. It sounded like it was like.
Nice.
And it was like, it wasn't happening. So she's freaking out. As I left, she's still 10-2 on the wheel, not going anywhere. Just sitting there being like, oh my God. It was great. Everyone was beeping at her too.
Really?
Fantastic.
Somebody at Justin TV says, why is Stu always ragging on Fuller, which is a street in Los Angeles? I have no problem with Fuller, the street, or Detroit, or any of its adjacent street. I assume you mean John Fulton. I only really...
Fuller?
Yeah, with Fulton. You should know, first of all, why are you so sensitive watching a comedy show? Second of all, you only really joke with the ones you love. And there you go. That's one to grow on.
What a dick.
Put that in your apple and smoke it. All right, we're going to go back to the message board, and we're going to check in with some people, and in just moments. So, Jess, why don't we see who's on the message board in a little segment we call 30 Seconds of IM Names, and then we'll bring you Jack Stehlin. Hold on. So let's do 30 Seconds of IM Names. Check it out.
Ready? Okay, we got the Stream.TV, 9 artists formerly known as 1-9.
Faster.
Chris Glass, oh my God, Pullman 802, Roughhouse Kids, Deep Pike Timer
Faster.
FX, stop it! Twingster, Altoid 05, An Honest Rod, Chat Desk, Console Gamer, Captain America, please find my brain, Starlight. Sorry.
That was great.
Awful. No.
You did well. Very. It's hard to read that thing.
I appreciate the positive reinforcement, but it was no. Okay.
It was great.
Okay.
John's part? I'm kidding! Settle down, Justin TV chat room. They're a little sensitive. But know that you are about to interact with a wonderful actor on a great show. My next guest is in Showtime's Weeds that just came back. So please welcome Captain Roy Till from Weeds, Jack Stehlin, everyone. Jack, welcome to the show. Look at this guy.
Actor, and we like that.
I had the hand up there, and then you went right for the J-Dog. Here it is. I was doing this, and you were doing that. I was like, I want to meet you.
Just a knee-jerk reaction.
There you go. First of all, thank you for being on the show. I'm impressed. I'm glad that you came on. I read your biography. I'm a big fan of the work, big fan of the show. But I was curious. I was piqued by what it said. It said you had a Serpico moment, or sort of your. You want to explain a little bit of that?
Yeah. Well, Al Pacino.
Yep.
Who, as an actor, I've always admired. And when I was at undergraduate school, University of South Carolina, hoping to be a baseball player. And when I was down in South Carolina, the team was second in the nation. And I went down there and tried to walk on a team that was just the best. So fall season ended, and I realized, oh, that's not going to happen. I won't be a baseball player. So the elective came along in the midterm, so I took acting 101. Guy said to me, I won't say what, actually, but he said to me,
what did he say? No, you can't
I won't
do
say
that.
what we were doing at the time. It has a lot to do with my show. But so we're sitting around having a good time, and
You were good cop, bad cop. I know what you were doing.
Yes,
Bondage,
no,
right?
I was a good cop.
Full on?
Yeah.
No?
Well, that was in it, but there were other things happening.
I think I'm getting where you're going.
But he said, this class is the best. You take it, you show up, you get a B. Parties.
That's it.
Women. It's acting 101. So I took it, fell in love with it. And just about a month into it, Serpico came out. So I went to see the movie, and I just thought, that's it. That's what I have to do. What he does, I have to do, or I can try to do.
But do you like the old? Do you like the young Pacino, or you like the old? Do you like the sort of the high, screaming Pacino? Or
I like everything about Pacino. Young, old, middle. And I've been lucky. I was inspired by the young Pacino in Serpico.
Sure.
I worked with Al. About 15 years ago, we did Julius Caesar at the New York Shakespeare Festival, and I was his understudy as Mark Antony.
Really?
So I got to watch him rehearse. I got to watch him do the show every night. And
you ever call him Michael? Just slip it up.
It was hard not to. I mean, you talk about us. He carries that with him.
Right.
I mean, everywhere he goes. That's really being a star.
But he's also he's done enough other parts too.
But it's hard to beat that thing he did in The Godfather. Wow.
Right. But nobody, I mean, I was listening to Francis Ford Coppola getting interviewed, and nobody even wanted to direct it. And the reason he said that he got the directing gig was because he said, well, all the suits said, just give it to a guy of Italian descent, because if it tanks, we'll blame him. Yeah. Because that's, honestly, he said nobody even wanted that job.
I mean, I don't know everything that happened around the movie, but I know that it was, they were having a hard time putting it together.
Yep.
Actors were, Brando vied for the part.
Right.
It's crazy stuff happening around the film, and then accidentally they turn out this monumental piece of work.
Right.
It's just goes to show you, it can happen anytime.
Which kind of brings me, I want to touch on that in the interview, because I looked at you. You've done so much work, and you've done a lot of really wonderful plays and theater and movies and TV. You've really done a lot, and now, of course, Weeds is getting all of this momentum. People are loving Weeds, and you, of course, play Captain Roy Till, the DEA agent. But in your resume, this is another sort of stop along the way. So a question, is it more fulfilling if the show is a hit, or is the work really what matters?
I think it's a combination of both. It's great to be on a show that people like, especially
I wouldn't know about that. I know nothing.
And just hip, kind of cool writing that everybody, every actor in town wishes they could get a scene on the set. And you just, there are television shows that have that extra edge in the writing that everybody wants to be involved with it, and everybody in Hollywood watches it.
And I was saying that, and I wasn't actually kidding when I was saying, I laughed, I cried, because when I was watching last night, I think it was the first episode. Is the second one just played last night, or was
yes,
the first?
Second one played.
Okay,
last
so
night.
I was watching last week's, and I was, watching, her character go through this, you know, situation in Tijuana with the guy who maybe got, I don't want to give it away for people who haven't been catching up, but, you know, and I was touched by it. And then later you're laughing at goofy stuff or poignant stuff, and I felt like that is the kind of art that everyone wants to be a part of.
Yeah, well, you've got the duality, you've got irony, you've got the duality in nature.
Right.
You know, you have, and then you have the writers coming together with the right actors, people who have a talent for extracting both sides. You know, Mary Louise, of course, is genius at it, where she can go in there and get the drama. She's a superlative actress, and then she's a comedian, and she knows just how to turn that little thing that just releases it. And of course, it starts with the writing, but then the directors are terrific as well, and everybody comes together with a sense of, I think it's irony.
Yeah.
I think that's as simple as it is. Really.
And poignant. I think it's poignant as well.
And they go for it, and they go to the edge, and it's rich that way.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm here with Jack Stehlin. Of course, he's Captain Roy Till, DEA agent on Showtime's Weeds. I know we have a ton of questions in the chat room. Before we get to the chat room, Jess, you can start queuing up a question or two in the chat room. But people were good enough to post questions on our message board, and I want to reward people who posted questions on the message board, because any guests we have coming up on Live from the Future, you can always post questions in advance. So I'm going to read some of these from, first one comes from Anastasia, or Anastasia, I like to pronounce it. I don't know, because
very beautiful.
It's text to me. So she said, what type of work do you most enjoy? Theater, company, acting, and films. Is it TV that you find the most rewarding, which is sort of what I just asked you. But if you had to just distill it away from the marketing press of it all, is there anything you more enjoy, theater or TV or film?
You know, I enjoy working in terrific writing. You know, whether it's on the stage. I think the stage, you'll find that in theater, especially classic theater, which I'm a lover of, you've got this great writing. And so an actor, I also teach acting, which is one of the things I really enjoy doing. I love the craft, and I love spending my time
give a plug to
churning
the website.
Circus Theatricals.
Circus Theatricals.
Which is our theater company and also our studio. But so I really love the craft of acting. What I think makes the thing work is when a terrific actor comes together with terrific writing. You can only really be as good as your writing. You know, your craft and improv and stand-up and you know, you're in a different kind of creative energy. And you're the kind of impulse that's coming from you, the movement of your thought and mind that's happening in the improvisation is what makes it live. In theater, scripted acting, you can only really be as good as that written word, and you got to hope that it has endless possibilities. And so that's when the actor can really rise to the writing, and that's when it all comes together. So if it's in theater, great. If it's in TV, the great thing about Weeds is that it's about as close as you can get to that wonderful writing that you might have in theater.
That's
great. So you can really explode into the work.
Yeah.
You know.
See, there you go, a little acting lesson 101 in a box. You need a book. You don't need a book. Just watch that. All right, we have questions on the message board. So we're going to go over to Jess V. Questions for Jack Stehlin. Go ahead, Jess.
Okay. Well, first of all, we have a few people talking about the series and how much they enjoy it. And then one of our one of our viewers even says, oh man, I bet this guy's an amazing teacher. So our question comes from the DCD. He says, what's the weirdest role you've ever played?
Good question.
Well, I would, it could, you know, Roy Till is pretty weird, but I played a part called Count de Berny in a play called Casanova. I'll never forget it. And my part was, this was directed by the great director Michael Greif, who directed Rent on Broadway and many, many Broadway shows, and this was at the New York Shakespeare Festival. And my part was to be a naked man in an armoire who would peep out occasionally and just yelp a high-pitched sound. And then I would close the door again. And that's what I did. And that was the weirdest part I think I've had. And I did, it was a blonde curly wig. And
Your name wasn't Jesse Schneider.
and as a matter of fact, at the time it was.
I bet it was.
But that was out there. But people, that was one of those moments where the audience would roar.
They loved it.
It was well worth doing.
Cool. The DCD, there you go. Well, let's take one or two more questions, and then I have a game to play with Jack Stehlin. So let's take another question.
Okay. Well, also in our chat room, just hanging out, we also have Amsterdam Traveler, Your Worm Food, Crick's Leaf, Fundillo, Straight Up Set, and then we have a question from Poolman802 who says, what freedoms does having the show on Showtime, as opposed to network TV with limits in language and content, afford the show Weeds, and do you see network TV moving more open?
Well, I think, I'm certainly not expert on the subject, but from what I can tell, being free in language allows you to capture what is more true about people that I live with and the people that are in our world. And so there's just a sense of truth. You know, who doesn't, don't you, and haven't you always been able to sort of sense from the TV that is censored that there's a sort of muted reality.
Right.
You just sort of know that ain't how we are.
The worst,
you know, and so there's that edge and that muted quality of truth.
Right.
So yeah, being able to be free with your language and say what you mean in the way that we actually speak to each other,
right,
I think gives you a better chance of capturing more poignancy.
And it's not just the muted where they're like, oh, you get out of here. You get the heck out of
Right,
here.
right,
You're
right,
like, really?
right.
That's your divorce scene right there? Get the heck out of here. And then they storm off. But I think on the other side too are the soap operas where they don't really write an hour. They write about 10 minutes and then it's a slow push.
Yeah, well,
right? Where they're just like filling in space.
I was on soaps for a while. I had 3 recurring. I forget the. Gosh, I don't even remember the shows. It was like a long time ago.
They feel great.
But I'm sure I'd probably better left alone.
Right.
But you have to master that slow burn at the end. I mean, that would take up like 12 seconds. We don't even have,
exactly
you know,
right.
you just be. And that would be.
And then the worst is
words. Who needs words?
Right. Then they, of course, they cut to like a Tostitos or a Swiffer ad. You know. That's why I killed him.
Yes.
Swiffer.
You know. So and that burn just went for every possible plot.
Right.
You know, that could be, did you kill your father? Yeah, that could be, did you have an affair?
Right,
you know,
right.
Did you steal
Right.
the Doritos out of the cupboard?
Or did you park
You know,
the car?
Yes, right.
What did you do?
It
All
covered
right,
everything.
we're going to do a little game. Chat room, hold on to your hats because I think Jack will stay for a little bit of post-show. So all of you with great questions, hang around. If you will stay a few minutes after the show. Okay, good. So he's going to hang out. We can ask a lot more questions, you know, in the post-show, so hang on to your seats. But I thought we'd do a little game here with my guest, and of course, John. I need Jess to participate as well. And this is a game called Weed Shop or Stoner Band. Weed Shop or Stoner Band. John, how about a song?
Oh, Irie,
Oh, no.
Weed Shop or Stoner Band.
The worst cougar song I've ever heard.
Get some green in your hands. Weed Shop or Stoner Band. Stu's gonna tell you so. Oh, Stu's gonna tell you so. Oh, Stu's gonna tell you so now. Stu's gonna tell you so.
Wow.
Yeah, you like that?
I mean, I got
That's my
three,
Sublime
I got
meets
three,
Grateful Dead
I
meets
got
Bob Marley in a suburb.
3 words, buddy. Phone it in.
I like that. I thought that song was pretty good.
Look,
Weed
you
Shop
always
or Stoner Band.
You always sound great.
Oh, thank you.
We didn't get the bargain basement I'm in Orlando on spring break reggae vibe
That
working.
Stu's gonna tell you so.
All right, here's what we'll do, chat room. Jess, you tell us what the chat room says. You can pick one person who's going to IM us at the stream.tv. So forget the chat room for a little bit and just pick somebody who actually has to IM, whoever has already IM'd. And we're going to do Weed Shop or Stoner Band. You just give us what your take is. So the first one, Hemp Higher. Is that a weed shop or a stoner band, Jack?
That's
Hemp
a stoner
Higher.
band.
Stoner band. All right, stoner band. What about you, John?
That's Shop.
Shop? How about you, Jess?
Shop.
Shop. All right, and one person from the chat room?
Looks like, hey, it's Tom K. He says, pick me. Sure, Tom K.
All right,
what do
we
you
will
say?
pick Tom K. Because, by the way, Tom K makes all of our awesome graphics. Love you, Tom K. Talented man. What did he say?
He says shop.
He says shop. So we have band and 3 shops.
I just answered the most ridiculous answer. I don't know that.
It actually is a shop.
It is
Empire.
a shop.
Empire.
Of course it's a shop.
Okay. All right. So first one.
I knew that.
You lose that show. You lose, and unfortunately, you're going to be reggae serenaded all night by John Fulron. All right. We got another one. Bongzilla. Bongzilla. By the way, also the name of my junk. No. Bongzilla, is this a weed shop or a stoner band?
Oh, that's got to be a stoner band.
Stoner band. All right, Jack's going conservative on this one. John?
Band.
Band? Jess?
I'm gonna go with band.
What about Tom K?
Tom K? He says band as well.
Everybody batting 1,000 on that. It is a band. It's a band. All right, and finally, this is the last one in weed shop or stoner band. Galaxy. I'm gonna say it again.
That's a tough one.
Galaxy. And one more time. Could we do a slow burn with that? Galaxy.
Both.
Oh, he's gonna go both on that. All right. What about you?
I'm playing it safe.
Oh, what do you want? Fulron?
Band.
Band. Jess?
I'm gonna say shop, and Tom K says both.
Oh, he
As
went
well?
with you, Jack.
Hey,
or
how about
maybe
that?
you didn't hear it yet. And the answer is, that's a shop. Galaxy,
Oh!
the shop. Yeah, there you go. That's how we do stoner band or hemp shop. Go ahead,
Weed
John.
shop or stoner
Yeah,
band.
sing it.
Who's gonna tell you so?
I feel like I need a Mai Tai.
Weed shop or stoner band. Stu's gonna tell you so. Oh, Stu's gonna tell you so. Oh, oh.
Man, that's like a scene in a movie about the Special Olympics when the kid just got an ice cream spilled on his pants. Stu's gonna tell.
Stu's gonna tell you so. Stu's gonna tie your shoe.
No, I feel
Stu's
like,
gonna
or
tell
you know what?
so.
I feel like that song is like when Jennifer Aniston just finishes painting her cape house. You know,
What?
she's like, there it is, I'm done. You know what? It's time to go out tonight, because it's girls' night out. You know, although she's never been in that movie. Sorry, Jennifer. She's a big fan of the show.
I know.
Just have you know. All right, so that's how we did that game. I'm hanging out here, of course, with Jack Stehlin, who is Captain Roy Till on Weeds, Showtime's Weeds. Just came back we're in the 4th season. And how many episodes
No,
is it?
we're in the 5th season.
We're in the 5th season,
Yeah,
that's
fifth
right.
season.
5th
My
season.
4th season, I know that. Yeah,
Your
that's
4th season.
yes.
So a lot of people are wondering, do you know, is there another season after this? Or is
I've
it
heard rumors that there are 2 more.
2 more?
But
Well,
those everything is rumor.
Right, right.
There's nothing that's not rumor.
So when we find out about it,
Except
you know,
this is happening.
This is
happening.
I'm sorry.
I'm sure
Yes,
of
it
that.
is.
This is
I can feel it.
Yes, I know.
But
a lot of people
that's
have
this rumor.
Yeah, a lot of people take the post-show rape shower
Yeah,
after this. They think, that was horrifically bad. Whatever you need, we have hoses, we have Febreze. We'll take care of you, Slow Burn.
right.
By the way, can I call you Slow Burn?
You
from
can
on?
now.
All right, good. I like it.
I'm going to take that on. I'm going to be
Slow
going
burn.
around town doing that.
Dude, I'm telling
I'm
you.
going to go to the Trader Joe's.
Here's
Look
the
at the register.
Here's the sad part. You are a great acting teacher, and I know because my wife's cousin studies with you and part of the company. But just to show you how gullible Hollywood is, you could do the Jack Stehlin slow burn technique.
That's right.
And you could charge hundreds a month, and you would fill up that class right away.
Thank God I'm here today to stumble on my meal ticket. It's finally happened after 30 years.
Can I come in and can I be like your producer for that one?
Well, I think you have to be like the slow burn dummy.
Yes, I will be.
That I use.
Right.
That I have to use to find the energy necessary to get that burn going.
Right. And here's what we do. For the people who don't get it, we give them horse tranquilizers.
So that they think they're getting it.
Right, and we put it on
They'll feel
camera.
like they're getting it. Yeah.
That's another couple $100
They'll feel
for
it.
that, because we need a cameraman.
That could be very slow.
All right, here's what I'm very excited to do this bit with Jack because you know what? I went onto Wikipedia. Everyone knows it's nature's dictionary. But I found a bunch of facts about you, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to do a bit where we're actually going to check. I'm going to read you the exact writing as it shows up in Wikipedia, and you're going to vouch whether it's true or false, because it's written about you, Jack Stehlin. Slow burn.
Okay.
I want to see that up there tomorrow, Wiki fans. Jack Slow burn, Stehlin.
Got a take. I
It's
like
good.
that. I
I'm
like
telling
that.
you. It's a
Yeah.
good porno name too. If you
Well,
ever, if you wanna, you could do it with Bongzilla. Bongzilla and Slow burn star.
If my father-in-law wasn't watching and listening, I'd tell you a few things about
Oh, really?
my life.
Post show, everybody. All right, John, take us away with Wickety Whack. Get it? Do you get it though? Do
Yeah,
you get it? Wickety Whack.
Wickety whack. Wickety whack. Facts.
Another cougar
Wikipedia.
song?
Wickety whack.
Oh man!
Wickety whack. Facts. Wikipedia. Wickety whack.
Wow.
Wickety whack. Facts. Wikipedia. Wickety whack. Wickety whack. Facts. Wikipedia.
Oh my God. Hey.
Woo!
Wow.
Snail mailing it in tonight, baby.
Wow.
Wickety whack.
Yeah.
Wikipedia.
My 9th grade stage band needs their funk jams back, buddy.
You know what the saddest,
What
saddest
are you
part of
doing
that?
over there?
You know the saddest part of that song is at like 3:30 this afternoon. I was like, genius.
Yeah, right. Sadly,
I was like, that's gonna kill.
I
went
will
for a
say
run
this
and I got
though.
back. I'm like,
9th grade
not
stage
so
band.
much.
I actually in 9th grade I went to SeaWorld with my stage band, and we sang the theme song from Cheers right next to an orca tank jumping. It was
Everybody
just
knows
me,
your
a
name.
bunch of zits, a mullet, basically going forward, where everybody knows your name. Like while a dolphin had some guy just mopping up, like, shut these kids up.
Why are you singing to a dolphin?
I don't know, because nobody was there. All right, it's Wickety Whack
That's awkward.
with Jack Stehlin, and I'm going to read actual printed facts from Wikipedia. You tell us, are they true or false? Okay. First one, Wikipedia said, Stehlin has guest starred on many popular American television programs, often playing tough and witty men of authority. True or false, Jack Stehlin?
You found me out.
Yeah? So it's true. You'd say that you're tough and witty?
True, tough and witty.
You'd go with witty, though,
But
even
slow.
after tonight.
But slow.
Slow burn. No, I'm just kidding. All right. So first one is true. You'd go.
I don't know.
No.
I think there's
I feel like there's
some
a
of that
truth.
out there. Yeah.
I'd go with that. I just, All right, here we go.
Sensitive and intelligent. There were a lot of those.
Okay. Oh wow.
Yeah, I had a
Somebody
lot of
needs a
those.
hug. It's
Yeah.
all right, slow burn.
I just
You can hug it out a little later.
been tough for so long. It's
Oh,
hard
I
to hold
know.
on to that.
Look, you can let it go here.
Okay, thank you.
All right, next one. Film roles include Sallow Maybe, directed by Al Pacino, and Boston Strangler, The Untold Story. True or false?
That is true.
That is now Sallow Maybe. There were some questions on the message board, especially from Anastasia about Sallow Maybe. Can you tell us more?
Sure. Salome is Al Pacino had been working on Oscar Wilde's play Salome for years, and he had done a Broadway production. We did it in Connecticut and Stamford. Then, just a few years ago, we did it here at the Wadsworth in L.A.
Okay.
And so he got this idea to do what he did with Looking for Richard. For those who know, he did that sort of. There were sort of 3 dimensions to it. He would shoot the rehearsals. He would shoot performances of it on locations,
Right.
and then he would shoot rehearsals, and they would have interviews and
The whole deal.
you'd see them working on it. And so we did basically the same thing. He did some really funny stuff though, and
Pacino, not known for his comedy chops. as
but
much.
he's actually a very funny man, very smart and funny. And so knowing that documentaries, especially in the way he approaches it, you got to create drama.
Right.
So he would just do these wonderful. He would pick fights, and he
Right.
would always look over at us, and he'd say, "Watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to." We'd be about to make an entrance, and then he'd come out and he'd lay into the cameraman and the producer, and he would create a scene
Right.
that they thought was real.
Right.
And then he would take it, but he would always do it with a wink. But but it was.
Well,
just,
they're terrified about it. They're like, I'm
and
going to lose my job.
when he goes off,
You're trying to shoot that shot. Well, like if that came at me, I would be like, oh, Al, go with the gun. He's going to shoot.
He is possessed.
Yeah.
He is possessed.
So so that one is true. So 2 for 2.
Yes.
Wikipedia, I guess it is where facts remain. All right, 3 more. I'm going to read these real quick here. Hold on. I'm with Jack Stehlin, by the way. Jack Stehlin, Captain Roy Till, Showtime's Weeds. We'll take a few more questions after this, but then we got to wrap this bad boy up. All right, 3rd one. An award-winning actor, Jack has appeared on Broadway, off-Broadway, regional theater, and stages around the world.
Yeah.
Yeah?
That's true.
Wow,
Yeah.
3 for 3. All right, here we go. His Australian prize-fighting great-grandfather turned his 10 children into a traveling circus act that joined P.T. Barnum and later the Ringling Brothers. You too? This is amazing.
Yeah, it's true. It's
Wow.
true.
So that's true?
My mother was 3rd generation circus.
And she was on the Sid Caesar show
Sid
and the whole
Caesar
deal.
and Ed Sullivan.
Third generation
and
circus.
Yeah, and 3rd generation circus.
Not many
yeah.
people can claim that,
Yeah,
slow
that's
burn.
you know, well,
I
you know
like
what?
the way you roll.
Hey, and it's true that not a lot of people can claim it. But that was the old circus. My uncle, my great uncle, was
Right.
a wire walker, and he was the most famous and the most accomplished. And when they were in Australia, the Ringling show came over to get him. He refused to go unless they took everybody. So
Right.
they took everybody. My grandmother
that
had
is
an
wild.
amazing act. All the kids had their own acts, tumblers, trapeze. My grandmother's act was she would lie on her back with a 15-foot straight ladder balanced on her feet, and her younger sister would go to the top and do a contortion act.
Really?
Yeah, and that was my grandmother's act. My mother was a juggler.
Wow.
And a web aerialist. Where, you know the thing where they go to the top and they put their hand through the loop and the guy on the bottom is spinning, and my uncle used to spin her.
Wow.
She won the center ring. She's a gutsy, great lady. She won the center ring because of her dismount. She would wait till the very end. Remember that the girls would come down very slowly.
Sure.
And so that was the normal coming down off the rope. My mother would wait till they were almost down to the bottom. Then she'd let go of the rope, and then right at the end she would catch it. My uncle would pull it out, and she would catch herself right at the bottom and bow just before the other girls would hit. And that
was
got her the
majestic.
center.
I mean, my mom gave me fig Newtons. I feel like, what? And my grandmother would ignore us while doing crosswords at a barbecue. Like that, my family sucks. Thanks for nothing. That's amazing. All right, that is awesome. All right, I'm going to ask you the last one because I'm impressed with you, Wikipedia. I didn't know that I could go on there and find facts that are true. Continuing the family's performance tradition, Stehlin accidentally fell into acting. Well, I think we know what happened there. After taking an acting class at the University of South Carolina, where he attended school to play baseball, and I believe that's true. That is true.
Yeah. As I said, I found out quickly I wasn't gonna make the grade, but
wow,
luckily.
And that's how we do Wickety Whack with Jack Stehlin. John, go!
Oh, wickety whack. Wickety whack facts. Wikipedia. Wickety whack. Wickety whack facts. Wikipedia.
And that was John phoning it in full Ron over there. John, we love you. Well, I have so much more to talk about, but we're out of time. But you're going to hang around and do some post-show with us.
Sure.
So that would be great.
Good.
Why don't we use this time to plug websites? So first of all, tell people where they should go. I know there's jackstehlin.com, of course, and Circus.
Circus Theatricals, plural.
And people can take classes. So if anyone's in LA who's watching this, you can take classes.
That's right. We have acting classes for scene study. We have on-camera classes.
Right.
And we do plays.
Right. Oh, you do
lots of
great
plays.
plays. I went to a play.
I know that was so cool.
It was
Paige told me that
it
today.
was so well done. I went to go see the women, and it was excellent. So circustheatricals.com, jackstehlin.com, and of course you got like a new Twitter thing, twitter.com/Jack Stehlin.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, we're gonna get those numbers up. Of course, you can add us at Live from the Future. You can go twitter.com/Live from Future. There's no "the" in it. just because we ran out of characters. Or you can check out John Fulron. He's at John Fulron. You can also check out at thestream.tv, at El Magistro. You can check us all out at Stuart Papp, at Schneider Pants. We all have these Twitter accounts. We'll be back next week with another show. For John Fulron, for Jess V. Thank you, Jess V. Give Jess V a big hand. Yay!
Thank you, everyone, for having me.
We're going to be back in the post-show momentarily, but for my guest, Jack Stehlin, for Brian Gramo, it's his birthday. Happy birthday, Brian. And we will be back. Yeah, there we go. We'll be back next week with more Live from the Future. Get out. Get out. Get out. And then come back. And then come back.
That's our show. We're gonna say goodnight. We'd like to stay forever, but it just ain't right. That's our show. We're gonna say goodnight. Jack was also funny. Yeah, he sparkled in the light. And then when he did his slow burn to Stu, everyone was like, finally some comedy on the show. That's probably why Stu asked him to do it about 3, 4, or 5 other times. Yeah, we need some help. Now do a little, you do your work magic on the thanking people.
Okay. All right, everyone. We'd like to thank Vaughn and Honest Fried, Cricket Lee, excuse me. Kind of choked there. Jutton77, Pullman 802, Telemundo 714, TheStream.tv, that's us. Tom K Video, Tumor 20, Vags, website guy.
Huh?